Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. We got another great edition of Bringing in the House podcast show where we spotlight musicians, entertainers, artists, and leaders. Get your meal. And we got a nice little meal for your appetite tonight. Oh, wow. He's a socially conscious hip hop recording artist with so much acclaim and so much to offer us tonight. Let's give it up for Mr. Q. Ali Bey. I love that. Thank you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I know you could be 1,000 places tonight, but you decided to come by and spend a little time with us. So we'd like to welcome you to the show and let us know where you're from, your alma mater, or what town or neighborhood you're repping.
Oh, just give a quick shout out to all my family and friends in the greater Cincinnati, Ohio area, including Covington, Kentucky. I also give a shout out to my family and friends in the Southern California area and beyond. Just everybody that support me, my Navy family, everyone. Shout out.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. So is the letter Q, Ali Bey, is that your stage name or is that's not your birth name, is it?
Well, the letter Q is short for Quinn, which is my given name for my mother. Yeah. Ali and Bey are associated or reference to my Moorish culture and nationality as a Moorish American.
Wow, that's beautiful. Very beautiful. Yes. Yes. And Q, your publicist shared with us that you are a socially conscious hip hop artist. Can you kind of tell us in your own words exactly what that means?
Yes, ma'am. Shout out to publicist Desiree Benson, by the way. But a conscious artist is one who uses their music to address important issues that give listeners an opportunity to form their respective opinions on a particular topic. The topic can vary from a number of issues, from police brutality, current events that's going on today. Like, give you an example, the Rodney Jr. situation. Like, I touched on a few key points about that that's going on in Cincinnati right now. For example, the reports say that the young man misses his car payment. Then the dealership reports his car stolen. So even in that situation, people make it seem as if they were out committing crime and doing whatnot. He had a contract with the car that he was in. So that's one way of that situation. The police could have handled that a little bit differently when you have somebody who actually paid for the car and is just dealing with a payment issue. Then after that, okay, so the police make contact with the young man, and then he flees from them. I mean, 18-year-old, young teenagers and young adults don't make the best decision at that age anyway. But yet still, he fled for his safety. He thought he was in danger, so he fled. So, with that being said, the police officer, one of the police officers on scene, then made the decision to take the young man's life. But then under the guise of his badge or his sworn oath of office, he made a report saying that the young gentleman had pointed a firearm at him, which then gave him the justification to then take his life. But then when you look at the body cam footage, it shows otherwise. He was just running. He wasn't pointing at anything. You being overzealous and lying on your report, you just committed perjury. So I do hope that justice is served on that end of it. I'm not going to speak on too much on what his father did the next day, as much as I want to speak on what the police officer did and the police brutality, just everything in general. Like it's just too consistent, and it's too profound in our society everywhere in this nation for it not to be a simple topic. I ain't gonna say it's simple topics because it's a very complex topic, but these are is a simple example of the field that gives us conscious rappers the topics or the situational awareness we need to put it out there in our music for you to listen to. So that's what that to me is what a conscious artist is.
That's all about, yeah. Well, that's good to know. That's, because up until recently, I'd never heard of that term. That, I guess you could say that it's kind of like a sub genre of hip hop, because it's still hip hop, but it's on another level.
Maybe in 2025 they turned it into a subgenre, but you can remember X Clan, KRS-One, Rakim, just to name a few. These are artists that
Public Enemy.
Like, so these are artists that were spitting constantly long before I started rapping. This is who I grew up listening to, along with other hip hop artists. But then as the years progressed, and then you get more people that I would say more money hungry, want to have control over what say or out in the industry or whatnot, or even using music as a weapon, for example, and using it as a way to only allow certain artists to say certain things or put out a certain message, and then those like us who have conscious music or positive music, that doesn't get the attention in mainstream hip hop, or doesn't get the radio airplay or whatnot. But in today's time, where the independent artist has more power or more of an outlet to do that, you don't have record labels or things or entities of that nature that controlling anymore. It gives us an opportunity to put our music out. So I'm happy to be an independent artist in that regard.
Yes, and you're right. Some of those other pioneers like X Clan and all them, Public Enemy, Chuck D, and all of them, they did lay that foundation. And sometimes we kind of, it's not that we forget about those pioneers, but when you don't hear them for a while, it's good, the artists like you to come along and kind of, keep that vein open, and so to speak. So yeah, we really appreciate all the work.
You gotta respect those that came before you.
Amen. Amen. As they say, standing on our ancestors' shoulders. Yeah. So I get it. Yeah, I get that. So how did you, or when did you know this is what you want to do? When did you launch your music career? Was it like elementary school, junior high, or?
I was always around music. I always had a love for it because I was raised around it. But I initially started my rap career in 1997 with my friends in Cincinnati. We were going to the studio and recording and doing, and actually we're dropping our music independently back then also, without a record label or anything like that. Those experiences as a teenager kind of gave me the fuel and the motivation in my later years to actually take it seriously and pursue it now. After my tenure in the Navy and, going through experiences and getting more mature, I felt now it was a better time to pursue my rap career with more resources and then having the mind and the mental capacity to do it. I'm actually grateful that I'm pursuing it now than actually making it back when I was 17, 18 years old. Totally different, styles and even my mindset, everything.
Yeah. A deeper level of appreciation and all of that, I'm sure.
Consciousness, everything.
Yeah. I can relate. I do understand. So when you first start to, like they say, spit, and when you first perform, do you remember your very first performance? Where were you? What stage, what venue were you performing at?
I don't remember the venue. I just remember I was like 17 years old. I remember actually I had to get permission from my mother to do it because we had a family, like a mini family reunion or get together that year, and she actually let me stay behind to actually perform, so to get that experience. So I'm very grateful that my mom let me do that. But it was in Cincinnati, Ohio, when we just a few years I was in Cincinnati. We moved from California to Cincinnati. What year was that? 92 or 93. So yeah, my first performance was 97 in Cincinnati, Ohio, and then that whole summer we just pushed so hard, like we really tried to get going, get an outlet, but it didn't work out.
Right. It didn't work out. So when it didn't work out, did you feel like, oh no, maybe I shouldn't be doing this, or did that push you to go further with your music career?
Never. I think when I say it never worked out, I would say we as a group or my friends at the time, we just didn't have the resources to put our music out the way we wanted to. Life still gets in the way. People have families, you got children and whatnot, and you gotta move on and still progress. So, but as far as just music in general and rap music and just music, like it's something that's been a part of me my whole life. It doesn't matter if I'm working a 9 to 5 at Sizzler or currently putting all my resources and time in the pushing the music. Music will. I'm handing me a keyboard and a guitar when I was young, and I was always had me in the band when I was growing up, when I was in school. So music will always be here.
All right. Yeah. I was reading that. Congratulations in your features. Was that Black BLK News? You were in there, and was that the Hype magazine? And I read in those articles that your mother, she really influenced you a lot as far as helping to lay that foundation for your music career, as well as your role as a community activist. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
For that particular situation, my mom has always been a positive outlet in my life and everyone she touched. So more importantly than music, the morals and values that she instilled in me and my siblings growing up, basically the treat others the way you treat them into was what she instilled in me. So putting that in everything we do, you'll get a positive outlet. But she was a very strong force in my music career. She actually, when I was in high school, her and my aunt, her sister, were even talking about making investments into finding someone to get me signed and whatnot. So she was highly active in my music.
That is so good. I also read you have a nonprofit. It's called Know Your Rights. Can you elaborate on that a little?
Yeah, we deal with helping people with their educating them on their legal matters and providing services and outlets for people to help them case by case with their situations in court or in and outside of court. If they have any questions or want to reach out, and that's what we do for Know Your Rights. Is provide legal and lawful education and services to everyone in need throughout the country and beyond. So that's what we do.
That's amazing. That is awesome work. So if they want to find out more about your organization, do they go to www.knowyourrights.com?
Well, right now I'm getting my websites and everything rebuilt right now, so they can reach Know Your Rights. They can go to the Facebook group page, Know Your Rights, and become a member. If they have any questions or any concerns, then they can reach out to the group members. Or I'm also one of the administrators, so you can reach out to me on the Facebook group page, Know Your Rights, and we can get your answers, questions, and get some consultation going privately at that point.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, so you guys, you heard what he said. Go to their Facebook group page, Know Your Rights. Yeah, And that way you can join the group and you keep up with everything that they have going on, all the positive, great things that they have going on. Now, you've got a lot of great music out there. Your most recent single is Never Judge a Book by Its Cover. And you collaborated with a lot of talented individuals, including Crystal Clear, Solomon Childs, and Killah Priest. Tell us about that.
Oh, that was a great collaboration. I'm actually grateful to even work with all of them. They all brought their creative perspective to the song, and I got to collaborate with them through Noble Phoenix, aka Juice the Witch Doctor. He's also a Wu-Tang affiliate. He actually gave me the connects to reach out to them and do the song. And they actually were very receptive to what I had to say on my verse, and they agreed to get on it. So I'm just very grateful to even be a part of it.
I know it. And tell us, about some of the awards. You were telling me before we got started, you were nominated for several awards, and you were a recipient of a few. Tell us about that.
Yes, during the SAC Movie Festival in Sacramento, on my first album, the song Discipline Your Disappointments was nominated for 4 awards. I know we won 3 of them. Best Song was one of the awards that we won. And everyone involved in that whole project, I'm just grateful to work with Mr. Robert Parham, who directed the video, Miss Elise Evans, who was in the video, Nocturnal, who helped be a part of the project and also presented the album. Nocturnal presents Noble Q, which is my first album. Just the whole their whole insight and their professionalism throughout just really made the project very easy and smooth to complete.
All right. Well, we're going to take a listen to that song just a second here. I'm going to take a listen to it. I'll let you introduce it as we pull it up here. Go ahead and tell the viewers about the song. I'll let you introduce it formally.
Yeah, the song on the album, Nocturnal presents Q Alibay, is entitled Discipline Your Disappointments. Check it out.
All right.
You try. When it comes to progression. Now if you ask me, you can achieve anything if you try. When it comes to progression, keep a step and you'll be fine. Stay on your grind, never quit and always stay in motion. Gotta learn to pick your poisons, discipline your disappointments. If you ask me, you can achieve anything if you try. When it comes to progression, keep a step and you'll be fine. Stay on your grind, never quit and always stay in motion. Gotta learn to pick your poison, discipline your disappointments. Run it back, gotta run it back, run it back, run it back, gotta run it back. Fuck that, go ahead, just run it back, run that shit, man, run that shit back. Sometimes we don't make the right decision, doesn't matter when you fall, get back up and then you finish. Watch the hate diminish while you asking the Lord for forgiveness. Your brother dwelling in the dark while you bearing witness. If life is nothing more than perception, to clear your vision. You have the power to change your circumstance with each decision. As long as I got it, we got it, and we all grinning. Picture that image, look, we all winning. The moral lessons of life, there's only a beginning. You live and you learn, resurrection is your finish. My only interest is to free your spirited inches. Deep down in the trenches, as Father, Allah's my witness. But pay attention. Clock's ticking minute by minute. It's not wise to handle business like you're playing in the scrimmage. But pay attention. Clock's ticking minute by minute. It's not wise to handle business like you're playing in the scrimmage. Run it back, run it back. Gotta run it back, run it back, run it back. Gotta run it back. Fuck that. Go ahead, just run it back. Run that shit. Now if you ask me, you can achieve anything if you try. When it comes to progression, keep a step and you'll be fine. Stay on the grind, never quit and always stay in motion. Gotta learn to pick your poisons, discipline your disappointments. If you ask me, you can achieve anything if you try. When it comes to progression, let's keep a step and you'll be fine. Stay on the grind, never quit and always stay in motion. Gotta learn to pick your portion, discipline your disappointments. They can hate all day, all night, but you know it's not concerning me. No matter if I travel left or right, the only one that's hurting me is me. They can hate all day, all night, but you know it's not concerning me. No matter if I travel left or right, the only one that's hurting me is me. Gotta run it back, run it back, run it back, gotta run it back. Fuck that, go ahead, just run it back.
All right, woo! Yeah, we did a sample, let people hear with how you really sound great there. I love it. All right, discipline your disappointments. That's deep. That's pretty deep. Yeah, so, okay, your mic kind of dropped out there for a second, Q.
Can you
There
hear
you
me?
go. There you go. Yeah, it came back. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so I'm sure we can get that tune. We can download it on Spotify. We can hear it on Amazon, wherever the social media, wherever platforms where the music are sold. Correct?
Exactly. Go out and go get it.
Go out and go get your single today. I got mine. I downloaded mine. All right. As we were saying earlier, I want to congratulate you again on all your success. What keeps you motivated and keeps you going, Q, no matter what? What drives you like that?
The everyday lives and everyday situations that we go through. I mean, until our people in our communities are living better and we have a fair shake across the board, it gives me fuel to talk about it. I mean, I know it's not a very favorable topic to address situations that kind of like make people cringe or not want to bring that issue up, but someone needs to address it, and it needs to be brought up, and we need to find a remedy for it. So that's what I'm here for.
That's what you're here for. You understand the assignment. I love it. I love it. So what's your next gig? Where are you performing next? Excuse me.
Well, right now, I'm currently working on finishing my next project, which is Never Judge a Book by Its Cover. Working on completing the project, and then we have one more video that I have to shoot for the album. And then once I shoot that this summer, then I'll go ahead and drop the album. So the project could have a total of 3 videos, 3 visuals for people to look at. So it's gonna be real cool.
It sounds like it's going to be really exciting. So what's next for you? What do you want to, like, over the next year or two? What are your plans? What do you hope to see come to pass?
Well, in the next 12 to 24 months, I would like to actually personally accomplish getting some more movie soundtracks done with Mayhem Films, with Robert Parham and his crew. Shout out to Mayhem Films, Gary and them. Also, potentially get another project, and then maybe get my team and get my crew to get distribution, so that we can get publishing and really get the word out and secure letting the world know what we're doing. With proper distribution, more eyes and more ears get on it, and we can actually have the resources to touch the world. So that's our objective, is just to touch as many people as we possibly can and send that positivity their way.
Yes. Now, do you have a manager at this time, or do you do it all yourself? You manage, produce, do the whole 9 yards?
I'm an independent artist, so I'm actually entertaining the thought of starting a record label, but yeah, I'm independent. So I basically have, though I have a team of people that are in the music industry, or they have their particular thing that they do. They may not necessarily be an artist, they might be a producer, or A&Rs, whatever, but we work together as a team. So even though I do make my own decisions or whatnot, I do have some pretty good advisors that steering me in the right direction. So
That's great. That's great. And as a socially conscious hip hop recording artist, and we kind of touched on this already, but I kind of want to revisit, what would you like to see more of when it comes to music creation, with other artists and the impact that it has on society?
well, just in general, for the for us artists to get a, a decent palette, so to speak, or to express ourselves and get our artistry out there to the masses, I think it would be better if we could find a platform for artists to get paid more equally instead
Yeah.
of paying artists on not even cents on a dollar. We're talking fractions of a cent on a dollar.
Yeah.
For independent artists especially. So if you're not signed to a particular major record label and the contract isn't in your favor as an
Mhm.
independent artist, if you're not making the right steps or even have the personal resources to push forward in that fashion, then it is rather difficult because you're like again, you're on some of these platforms and you're only making fractions on the cent.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if we can get a more equal platform on getting paid, then
Yeah.
I'm sure that would help a lot more artists uh,
Hmm.
put their music out, and it'd be better for all of it.
Yes, yes. I know I'm here in Texas and they have organizations that are really targeting that right now as far as the royalty for independent artists. That is a huge issue, I guess you could say, or huge concern.
So it's major.
Yeah.
People
So
want people want to get paid their just due for what they put out. Like if it's owed to you, you should get it. You shouldn't have to go through hoops or only get a small percentage of when you should be getting a lot more, if not all of it. So that's just my opinion.
right. I totally agree. I totally agree. What would you say to a young rising artist, as that's coming, want to become a socially conscious artist like yourself, and they come to you, Q, I want to be like you. What would you say to them?
Study,
Study your craft.
study, and stay aware. Uh, be aware of your environment and just study and learn as much as possible and learn about yourself because that's really the key. Know thyself. That's the key.
No, that is so important. Yes, it is. It is. We're getting close to wrapping up the show. I can't believe the time went by so fast. Yeah, but before we go, would you like to give any shout outs or anything to your loved ones, followers, and friends?
Give a shout out to everyone that supports me. Shout out to all my family and friends back home. Shout out to all my music friends and family that's watching. Shout out to my Navy friends. I'll be seeing you guys soon. I want to keep it as general as possible because if I start saying people individually, I'm gonna
Yeah.
forget, and then I'm gonna be feeling a certain way if I forget somebody that I'm supposed to shout out. So shout out to everybody. Just shout out.
Yeah. That way, no one will feel omitted, right? Like, hey, you forgot about me.
I didn't forget about
Yeah, we definitely don't want that. I definitely understand. One other thing I want to cover real quick. I've read that your music impacts injustice, and we know that, of course, from listening. Okay, and I love the fact that how you channel your energy rather than internalizing your anger and resentment. I was reading that you put your creative genius to work. I love that. Yeah. So when did you learn how to develop that strategy?
I think is observing and taking my life accounts and my experiences and analyzing it and then putting it into practice, basically applying it.
That's
So,
good. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, I thought you was gonna say something else. No, you're. I'm just trying to think what else to say in that regard.
Yeah.
Just literally just Honestly, I
Let's
don't
hear.
know. I just feel that for me, as an independent artist, I put everything, like all my life experiences and everything into what I do. So I turn around and take that experiences and apply it. So not to sound dull or none on that question, but that's pretty much. I'm trying to internalize it and vocalize it to you.
Yeah. Well, that's a good strategy. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been talking to the extraordinary socially conscious hip hop recording artist, Mr. Q Ali Bey. Let's give it up for him. Thank you so much for stopping by. Is there anything else you want to say before we go, Q?
Last words. Just keep an eye out for my new album, Never Judge a Book, by its cover. As you already heard the single, Discipline Your Disappointments, but I want you to go check out the single, Never Judge a Book. That's off the new album, Never Judge a Book, by its cover. And just everybody stay safe and peace and love.
All right. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.